How to deal with a person who wants to take down crypto people in conversation. I'll be heading to a small wedding with my partner, and I've been told that one of her friends is strongly against the use of crypto and Bitcoin for many reasons, mostly for environmental and energy use concerns, and has been noted as saying that she loves to take down crypto bros in conversation. I have no intention of satisfying this person's argumentative desire. I don't really try to hide the fact that I use Bitcoin either. Any advice for how to deal with these kinds of people? The concept is called to ignore a person. Whatever floats your boat, man. And then enjoy the rest of the. Is wise to not engage in discussion with someone who is clearly against your position from the start. Any thread leading towards the discussion must not be followed. Don't forget to be polite while doing that. Well, that's just opinion, man. Do not engage with fools. Try to agree to disagree. You do not have to convince people. Sooner or later, Bitcoin will do that for them. LMAO bro, just don't talk about Bitcoin with her. You're acting like when you walk into the building you'll have a Bitcoin floating above your head. One valuable lesson I've learned over the years is never engage in conversation with people that have already made up their minds. No amount of facts and examples will win you the argument, because that person has already made a decision and therefore is open to her truth only. The prime directive of cryptocurrency investment: you do not talk about crypto. There's a difference between crypto bros and Bitcoiners. Don't seek the person out. Enjoy your time and don't even bring it up. It's not your job to own this person, and you might even cause problems for your hosts. Video game consoles use the same amount of energy as Bitcoin. Air conditioners use 20 times more energy than Bitcoin. Should we ban them? If you don't believe me or don't get it, I don't have time to try to convince you. Sorry. Satoshi Nakamoto. Do what Satoshi did. You don't have to explain anything. Bitcoin mining uses about 1/20th of 1% of the global power. Bitcoin's energy usage is much too small to be a problem. Meanwhile, there are significant threats to the environment. Maybe he'd like to discuss some real issues. It all depends on where she on the hot to crazy graph. Smirk. I would actively avoid such a person. They clearly love bending over for government and big banks. I don't trade my Bitcoin and also think cryptobros are idiots. Thumbs up. Different PPL think different things about stuff. Refute the claims that she is sputtering. Bitcoin is completely environmentally friendly compared to the utter bullshit US's fiat is. Ask her how much energy it takes to power our navy. Lives are lost invading countries that are only wanting to sell their goods for something other than dollars. And countries impoverished because their loans are all in dollars while their local currency is debased by forced trade agreements and tyrannical rulers tacitly supported by developed countries in order to siphon wealth and resources towards their countries. Then ask her why the US no longer manufactures anything and why every country's #1 trading partner is no longer the US but China. Ask her what's her conclusion about where that all leads. Those people are dangerous. Extremely dangerous. They have secretive agendas. Pretty simple. Ignore her. If she forces the subject, ignore her. Change the subject. Whatever. It's a pointless endeavor. Just don't. If you believe your opinion and stance is correct, you don't need to challenge anyone. You won't change their mind anyway. Enjoy the wedding. I'm here for the bride. Why do you have to make this day about you? Just say okay or neat and then ignore what they said and keep stacking SATs. Put money where your mouth is and short Bitcoin then. You could just avoid the topic. They try to bring it up and just be like, let's talk about something else. Like a normal conversation between adults. People still have those, right? Attempting to fix the environment using fiat currency is impossible. Fiat currency promotes overconsumption and consumerism on the base layer. The energy usage of Bitcoin is worth it. If you don't believe it or don't get it, I don't have the time to try to convince you. Sorry. Hand-waving Mike. Satoshi Nakamoto. If I know someone has different beliefs than myself, and that those beliefs are unlikely to change, this is almost always true, I don't engage with them on those topics. If they attempt to engage me, I just refuse to respond. It takes two to have a conversation. Talk about other things? Or if you enjoy making drama for everyone including yourself, go nuts. I recommend smile and nod. Change the subject. Need to go to the toilet, etc. This is what have fun staying poor is for. Sounds like the kinda person who would have pronouns in her bio, so just argue with her about that. Instead, rolling on the floor laughing. Explain to her that she cannot stop the future. Two options. Either CBDC or a decentralized digital currency. Choose your way, woman. When toxic people say conversation, they mean they would yell and you would listen. Also, what's a crypto bro? Energy being used for Bitcoin causing carbon dioxide to be released in the air is bullshit. Two reasons. 1. Around 2000 BC, there was way more carbon dioxide in the air than there is today. 2. This energy thing about Bitcoin causing carbon dioxide does not compare the amount cars release in the air. And that friend isn't helping the cause with her car. Edit 2. Okay, fine. I didn't say a lot right and maybe I was wrong. But you get the point. Mining BTC does not compare to the amount carbon dioxide being released by anything else. Edit wrong words. Listen to what the person has to say and then just laugh and thank him for his opinions. Ignore. You should just be polite and hide it. Don't start political convos at a wedding. This is how you end up in the Am I the Asshole? Reddit and you will be the asshole. It is a wedding, dude. You can go a few hours without talking about Bitcoin, certainly without talking about Bitcoin to a person who is aggressively anti-Bitcoin. Tell the antagonist that the energy problem was recently fixed by adding a $4 per kilowatt-hour surcharge for Bitcoin miners' electricity rate, and that all 40 countries where Bitcoin miners operate have agreed to implement this solution. Bitcoin mining electricity consumption is expected to fall by 97 as the new surcharge is rolled out in all those countries. Wrote learn a list of about 12 countries. Recite them very slowly. Antagonist, please tell me more. I have to dance with the groom. I'll be right back in a few minutes to explain some more. Just focus on eating, drinking, and dancing, lol. No need to entertain an opinionated pleb. Tell her that most of the electricity used for Bitcoin comes from green energy sources and that Bitcoin mining can be used to stabilize the national grid, especially in counties that use a lot of wind and solar power. Also, tell her how the fiat system is actually much more harmful for the environment. Uneconomic use of natural resources. Rapid unhealthy growth of corporations. That is the result of the fiat world. If she thinks Bitcoin is harmful, she clearly has no idea what she's talking about. Ask them what they choose for wealth storage. Ask them for their number and can we do a Pepsi challenge for 1 year from today? Say you agree and ask if they are willing to join your crusade against Christmas lights and clothes dryers as they waste more energy and Bitcoin. Then make a comment about how much energy this wedding is wasting and maybe we should reassess if people should be able to use power for a wedding.